Right? We good, right? Let me get the stream link, I guess. That was weird. Oh, snap, we got a bunch of subscribers. Hold on, okay. Hold on, okay. Share, copy, and then paste. Boom. And then that's the new stream link. That's weird. Yeah, that was definitely weird. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I don't know. Like everything was cool, and then it just was not cool. That was definitely different. No, the queue carries over, so I wouldn't worry about the queue. Like, no, I didn't do free to play yet. I think free to play is right after this. So, all right. So what are we doing? I need your UID, cuz. No, you don't have to rejoin. It's the queue. Everything is still there. The queue carries over. It all carries over. It doesn't like rebuild the queue or nothing. You know what I mean? If I type who, it'll have everybody still there. But I need your UID, noise. Yeah, we gotta wait for the bot to show back up and all that. Yeah, you were super quick. There it goes. Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm still in co-op. Yeah, it's like weird. Like it started like cutting out, and it's like, well, hold on now. All right, so let's see. So we got what is that? 6, 1. Okay, cool. Lieutenant Swag. All right, so AR56. I'm assuming we're working on Albedo. And we have 3671. Okay, for 4-piece husk. 477. All right, so how are we doing? What is our goal with Albedo? What's our goal? Okay, your main stats are correct. Yeah, what's your goal with Albedo? Because you are gonna be fishing for substats. Oh, I could take Miko out. So free to play, you're up next, and then I guess I could take noise out after that. So Star, you'll be after free to play. Burger, you gotta relax. You're just hitting buttons, bro. Jesus Christ. All right, so yeah, put free to play in the yeah, promote free to play. Yeah, promote free to play. I want him to have a higher defense for his skill. Well, do you know? Well, first off, hold on, let me look at your account. You say you're AR56, right? So, okay, 36. Would you happen to have a Harbinger of Dawn? Would you miss? Not much, not much. I had to restart the stream. That's why. Um, you don't currently. Okay, it is a 3-star weapon, and it does drop, from the standard wishing. Um, got you. Okay, so the thing with Albedo is with Albedo. Oh, I'm doing good. Good to see you, Em. The thing with Albedo is that you are gonna want to kind of prioritize crit rate on your substats. You're at a point where substats matter. You have a lot of defense, and defense is cool, but we need you to start producing like big numbers. And what I mean by big numbers, there are like the physical size of the number needs to be the big number. Those are crits, right? So your crits aren't going to be they're not. I know right now they're not happening as often as they should. So we are kind of looking for specific substats, and it is a little bit of a grind. You're gonna be experiencing that for a little while. I have that weapon on him for the charged attack when I have him out. That was actually a question I had for you. So when you're playing Albedo, this is why Albedo is kind of like not popular. He's not bad. I love Albedo, right? But this is what makes him not popular. I'm sure you've heard the term split scaling a million times, right? With Albedo, when you look at his talents, these, because there's no anything next to the percentage, those scale off attack percent. But the minute you put a stat next to it, DEF, that scales with defense, not attack at all. The ones with the percent scale with attack. The ones with a percent and a stat scale with only that stat. For example, if I do, I don't know, like Barbara, right? It's HP plus a number. That means it only scales with HP, and then it throws a random number on top of it, whatever that number is produced. Attack does nothing for her heals, right? In the case of Albedo, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because his skill is only going to put out a whole bunch of damage, will not work with defense. The reason this is a big deal is if you run defense, 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 his normals and his bursts are going to be trash. If you run attack, 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 his normals and his bursts will be strong, but his skill will be trash. This is the problem with split scaling. When it comes to Albedo, I'm going to let you make the decision right now. Do you want his skill, or you can't have and? It's or you want his skill or his normals and his bursts to do damage. Which one matters more to you? You can have both, but that is an entirely different looking albedo. You need constellations, and it's a different albedo. Yeah, C2 makes it to where you can have both of these. It still excludes his normals though. But but both of these operate on there. I don't think. I typically use his skill, not burst. Okay, so if that is the case, that is not the right account. I have no idea. Is the stream tripping? No, it's cool. All right, so with Albedo, no, I'm helping Noise right now. You can take them out. So with Albedo, you are gonna be doing these things called rerolls, meaning that you're gonna have to reroll that for crit rate and crit rate. The defense on this one is fine. Your main stats are fine, by the way. Defense, geo, crit rate, all that's fine. But it's your substats we have to address at that point. But that's up to you whether it's that important to you. Because what these two numbers should look like is 60, 110. And if you use a Harbinger of Dawn, then it's what, 32 and whatever godly high number this is going to be. It's like 150, 160, something like that. Using with the Wanderer? Yeah, that's fine. I'm just talking about Albedo's damage. Right? I'm gonna try to make the I'll make it a little easier for you to kind of like get what I'm saying, because I think we're saying the same thing. I just want to make sure we're saying the same thing. So if I'm playing Albedo, let me switch this for you though. If I'm playing Albedo, do you do this? Where's Zito? Okay, so you're playing whoever, blah 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 blah. right? Do you do this with your albedo? Is that how you use albedo? Is that how you use albedo? Like he only comes in and he hits a button and you put him away. If that's how you use albedo, then this is the build you need. You have the right build. You just need to reroll your substats, and I would highly recommend a Harbinger of Dawn. Highly recommend it. Because at that point, that crit rate, that 36% crit rate you got, that would matter. Yeah. So you're gonna pull a bunch of these. It's a very common weapon on the banner. It's a very common weapon. Very common. Make sure to refine it to rank 5, right? Which you know how to do it. Make sure you do it to rank 5 and then level it. But just from being at rank 5, that's going to give you 28% crit rate. You only need 32% crit rate here to have a 60% crit rate with albedo, which that's all you need is a 60% crit rate. And plus the weapon's going to give you a pretty good amount of crit damage. Also, because he doesn't really scale with attack like that on his skill, whatever the base attack on this weapon is doesn't matter, which, as you can see, that's why it's the lowest base attack number of all the 4 stars. That, the Favonius Sword, 454 is the lowest number. Then we have 510. Then we have 565. And then we have the Alley Flash, which is a tier 4. Right? It's a tier 1 main stat. You don't need base attack on the Spindle. It's only a 4-star weapon, so they can give you 69 defense. Does that make sense? But the Harbinger of Dawn, like you don't need the base attack does nothing for your albedo, basically. Base attack does nothing for albedo on skill. Like it actually does nothing. There's nothing in his base attack. That white number does this right here. Nothing in that is calculated on skill outside of the initial hit. But the God knows how many thousands of damage you do while it's sitting out there. None of that damage is coming from that. It all comes from here, right? So that would be I would do that first. Once you do that, you should be fine. But start your dawn. That would be the very first thing I would do. You should see an immediate change in your albedo, and then after that, then start working with like re-rolls and all that jazz. Why is it going into loading a lot? I mean, it shouldn't be. Is it loading for anybody else? Yeah, not a problem, Noise. Do you have any? Yeah, I was just about to say. What? Do you have any other questions? What's your question? Or what's the other thing? Can I look at Tainari? Yeah. Let's see. Is it bugging out for all you guys? It is for you? Uh-oh. Okay, it's not bugging out for me. Yeah, I mean, it's working. It's working for me. You're good? Okay. I mean, I don't know. Okay. But the sack sword, what? That's a blessing. You better clock them sack swords. Them sack swords is a godsend. I'm telling you. You're gonna be super grateful. All right, so yeah, just you may have to go back like 3 seconds or something. It could be a buffering issue, or I don't know. I don't know. It shouldn't be doing that though. All right, so let's see. So we have the stringless. Okay. Level 90. Okay. Level 90 weapon. Okay. 61 110. Cool. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. It's okay. What's your EM? 290? Okay. Attack. Crit rate. Okay. Okay. I would not rank his skill. Well, Well, it's at 9, so the only thing you could do is crown. I would work on his normals and then his burst, personally. If you're like pro playing Tainari or something. But if you're just playing the game just to have fun, I would rank his burst before his skill. The burst is easier to cast than it is to do 3 aim shots in like no time. So if you're just super casual, rank his burst. But if you're trying to like, oh, I'm competitively shooting bows and stuff, then okay, rank his rank his normal first to 9. Outside of that, I don't know if I have an issue with what I'm looking at. Outside of the fact that you have 2 attack main stats, right? This one I feel ooh. So yeah, I would switch this for Dendro, and God, you're like right there. Use him a lot. Okay, yeah, but you're good though. You can flex his piece out. Do you have a Dendro Goblet? What's your question, Em? You do? Do you have a Dendro Goblet? You feel like there are groups in? What do you mean? The VP circle? No, there's not clicks in DWP if that's what you're talking about. Unless y'all making your own little click. Yeah, see if you have a Dendro Goblet. Yeah, I don't do clicks though. It's either I'm cool with everybody or I ain't cool with nobody. Cause DWP, I don't know. It's all you guys. For me, it's all you guys. But yeah, I don't do the click thing. It sounds like a ship name. Don't do that, cause Miko's underage. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, I'm just saying. What substats do you need? Well, if you insist on running attack stats, you need EM substats, right? But if you just get Dendro here, you could fly with it. The only substat that would matter in this case would be 3.1 crit rate or higher. If you have crit rate and crit damage, fantastic. But if you have crit rate at 3.1, that's the only stat that matters. But you want it on a Dendro Goblet. And it is okay because you have 2 of the Dendro set and you have 2 of the EM set. So this one doesn't necessarily have to be the Dendros. This one doesn't have to be here. This can be part of any set. EM, HP, crit damage on a Dendro Goblet. Mm, maybe not quite yet. Uh, uh, hmm. Do you have a timepiece right here that has more crit rate with kind of some crit damage on it? Like 14 crit damage, 17 crit damage, but more crit rate? I just don't want you to go under 61 crit rate. Because the only thing that actually has to change right now is this just has to be Dendro. It's just that I don't want you to lose your crit rate though. By the way, what I'm giving you is incremental increases. I'm not going to give you the whole in-game increase because now you're going to be shooting for all type of stuff. Like I need EM on my substat, and I gotta have X amount of it, blah blah blah, and I gotta this has to have such and such. I'm not going to do all that. I don't. I've just been trying to get one, but no luck. Okay, no worries, no worries. So okay, so here's what I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give you some homework for Tainari, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be in that domain. Okay, what you're looking for, believe it or not, is you're looking for a EM timepiece with a similar crit ratio, right? The more crit rate, the better. but you do want a healthy amount of crit damage. What I recommend on any given piece, on any given character, on any given build is 10 crit rate, 14 crit damage. Anything under 14 crit damage, you could start sweating a little bit. Anything over 14 crit damage, fantastic. Anything under 10 crit rate, not a huge deal. If it's under 7 crit rate, now we starting to have a little bit of an issue. Anything over 10 crit rate, okay, whoop-de-doo, right? 10-14 is what you want to shoot for. If you get a 10-10, okay. If you get a 6-14, okay, right? But we're looking for that across all your pieces, with the exception of the circlet and the goblet. If you can get it on your circlet, your main stat will be crit rate, your sub stat will be 14 crit damage. Your main stat's crit damage, your sub stat will be 10 crit rate. Make sense? I'm looking for that across every piece. So this one's missing crit damage, switch it out. This one's missing 14 crit damage, switch it out. This one's missing 10 crit rate, switch it out. Right? This one's not dendro. I just don't hold people accountable mainly on their goblets because it's a goblet, right? But this does need to be dendro. But if you do the 10-14 across all the pieces and you kind of stick with that, then your goblet you can run an ugly goblet and then you'll be fine, right? I try to prime when I do reviews and coaching. I try to future proof your character to prepare for the next big, because that's all that's going to happen as you play. You're going to get a bigger piece, and then you're going to be running a domain, and you're going to get a better goblet and a better flower. But you have to be able to accommodate those pieces, right? If you get rid of this piece, okay, I got an amazing goblet, right? But it has no crit rate. Well, because you're missing crit rate here, you can't sacrifice crit rate to put on a better goblet, like the one you have, right? But that's because you're missing crit rate on this piece. You see what I'm saying? So I want to try to get you balanced. So stay in that domain and try to get a more balanced on your substats. Great character, by the way, but try to get a little more balanced on your substats. Keep an eye out for an EM piece right here. I've been trying not to put one on him with a defense substat, but I have a flower with HP, crit damage, defense, and crit rate. I'm going to tell you right now, the only stats that matter, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I don't know if anybody else is going to be this honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you because I'm a casual that's playing this game as a casual. But I can't help my hardcore gene, but this is about as casual as I can get. So I'm going to just be real with you. No one actually cares about the substats outside of crit rate, crit damage. Like, it actually doesn't matter. It matters, but it doesn't matter. You could be a theory crafter. It doesn't matter. You're still going to pick the one with crit rate and crit damage. I could show you a piece right now where we can argue stats on this character until the stream shuts off. And then I pull that person's character, and sure enough, their pieces have defense on it. But it's got crit rate, crit damage. This piece has defense HP, but it's got crit rate, crit damage on the person that's arguing, that person's character has defense HP, because realistically the only stats that matter is crit rate, crit damage. So if it has defense and HP, it doesn't matter. The only stat that actually matters is crit rate, crit damage. Any other stats beyond that is a bonus. So if you pull this, right, and it's got crit rate, crit damage, and it happens to have EM, great. If you pull this piece and it has crit rate, crit damage, and it happens to have attack percent, great. You see what I'm saying? But there's not one person, I don't care what stream you go to, there's not one person outside of whales who can spend thousands of dollars just on refreshes that actually care about those stats. Those stats don't matter until you're in tier 3, tier 4 artifacts, where you're looking at 10-32, 10 crit rate, 32 crit damage. It's not until you get to that point in artifacts is when the third substat starts to matter. We got to get you to tier 2, tier 3. We got to get you tier 2, tier 3 first. Because the person after you, you're going to see some artifacts. Right? But I want to start you at something. We want to start you in reality first. We're not going to go to dreamland. Make sense? But do you have any questions? Because your Tainari looks fine on any DPS character, provided they're not running a crit weapon. You only need like 6110, and you're at 6110. With the exception that they don't scale with like crit. I think he scales with crit. He does not scale with crit. Yeah, yeah. I think free to play. Yeah, I think free to play's here. Should be here. Look at D-Luke and that's it. Okay. Yeah, because I do 3 characters. That's fine. So D-Luke's pretty straightforward. I notice your crit rate's a little low. We'll get into that in here in a second. What is the set? 4-piece Crimson. Love it. Don't forget his normals. His normals are really, really important. Like, really important, especially post-burst. Let's see. So we definitely have outliers. I would reroll that. Well, what's his EM? Yeah, I would reroll this. I would reroll that. I'm having a really hard time because you have a lot of EM on your substats, which is a good thing. What's his level? 90? Okay. You're probably never going to get rid of that. Is this crit damage? Run. I can show you the difference between crit rate and crit damage. It's not that big a deal. Unless you don't have crit damage as a substat on your circlet, right? So your goal, my goal for you, for consistent DPS D-loop performance would be to farm Crimson and try to get a crit rate circlet with crit damage on it. Is the stream really tripping like that? X for life? Is it tripping? You're struggling on them? Do you need to run the domain? Is it tripping? I mean, I don't know. I'm not doing anything. I don't know. It's not tripping for me. I'm gonna have to see if somebody's down. Maybe somebody downloading a PlayStation update or something. It would help. Yeah, I could join. All right, so let's see. So we're going to join you. Well, I'll switch teams when I. Oh no, I'll switch teams right now. Ugh. Oh, whatever. All types of heal energy. Oh, wrong one. Join me. They're. Oh, they're in your world. Okay. You failed to build D-Luke. D-Luke, you got to min-max. That's why. You can't just whatever D. You know how like Yai Miko, you can low key do whatever. Like the Shogun, you can kind of whatever on the Shogun. D-Luke, you actually got to put effort into. Like Ayaka, you could kind of just whatever her DPS. Like you actually got to put effort into. Like with Ganyu, you got to put effort into Ganyu for Ganyu to do Ganyu things. Unless you're running like a burst Venti Morgana Ganyu thing. If you're running Morgana Ganyu, you don't got to do nothing to Ganyu. If you're running a Melt Ganyu, you actually got to put effort into Ganyu. You actually have to put effort into it. Like you need a crit damage, you need to run a crit damage circlet, but you need 50 crit rate on a Wonders troop set, and like it's like you gotta put effort into Ganyu. D-Luke is that like times 2 though. Like you really need to put effort into your D-Luke. But to get D-Luke started is not hard. You know what I mean? To get him started, you just give him a solid crit rate, and then he's fine. Okay, no worries. Yeah, after you is free to play, by the way. Unless somebody wants to take my spot, but I mean, I'll do like a couple runs because I still got to do free to play. But it's up to y'all. It's really up to y'all. That's a disgrace and an insult. An insult to, what do you mean an insult to Ayaka? Yeah, there's not one Ayaka who just whatever their Ayaka. Everybody puts effort into their Ayaka. But you can just whatever your Ayaka and she just kind of works. Wonder weapon on Clee, what do you think? I don't see why it wouldn't work if you're spamming a whole bunch of normals with Clee. Yeah, free to play is a whale. Yeah. Free to play is not a whale. They're free to play. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that straight. But yeah, you can what I'm saying is you can whatever your Ayaka. No one does it, but you can. I whatevered my Ayaka and she worked. I was like, I just want to see. Can I just put whatever on Ayaka and it works? And I put whatever on Ayaka and it worked. And I was like, this makes no sense. Yeah, you just give her a ratio. Like you don't even the set bonus half don't even matter on Ayaka. You just give her kind of whatever. She can you just give her whatever weapon and like Ganyu. I don't know why, but it's like Ganyu. At least the feedback I get, it's like Ganyu is hyper specific with her like weapon and her ratio and all that. It's like it matters. Like it don't matter on Ayaka. It matters, but the only thing that matters on Ayaka is she hitting crit. If Ayaka can crit, you're killing everything. The only thing that matters on Ayaka is if you're actually critting or not. If you're critting, they're dying. C2K, let's go. You're what? Oh no, that is not good. They gonna be okay? God dang, they're all in, these are all the people overseas, right? Oh no, did you talk to them today, or you just got told just now? Yeah, I had COVID. I think it was like it felt like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but that's the problem. His grandpa is 73. That's kind of why I'm like, oh man, hold on. They're overseas. When was the last time you talked to your dad? He's in desperate need of a rebuild. He'll be alright. You talked to him a few. That's how you found out, right? Okay. How are they doing though? Are they doing cool with it? I know they tripping over there. I'm not putting your business out there, but where they're at, I know they're tripping over COVID kind of crazy right now. Hey, we should join their world, Miko, so they can so they can reset the domain. So dad is fine. What about yeah, we should join their domain though, or join their world. Yeah, so that way we don't have to, you know what I mean? That way we can reset. Yeah, and Grandpa smokes too. That's not cool. Free to play is next. If free to play is here, I'm sure free to play is here. Welcome, traveler. Let's something, 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 something. I ain't even finna cap. Do you know if you joined the queue when you were supposed to join the queue, it would have been your turn, Star? You probably would have got help like 30, 40 minutes ago. Oh no. I mean, is he? Oh man. Okay. But I mean, like Pops is taking care of him though, right? Yeah. Instead of typing, what'd you type? You typed like what or something. I forgot what you typed. You typed type exclamation mark join, and then you type join with a upside down exclamation mark, and I'm like, oh, this fool trolling. If you had not had done that, you would have been helped like 30, 40 minutes ago. Artifacts, yeah, artifacts suck. That would be nice. Yeah. He lives next to your dad? Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure, like, Grandpa's cool, though. You know what I mean? If he's smoking and had an infection, like, not too long ago, like, that's, you know, I'll just make sure the family's okay. I should probably put a stronger weapon on. I just thought about that. Where's my jelly? Oh, there's my jellyfish. I'm like, where's my jellyfish? Oh, Lord. What's going on, Waddles? How you doing? I am doing good. We are doing good. Hey, today was interesting, was it not? What ER catalysts are there? Well, there's that one from Inazuma. These are only two I'm aware of. There's the, well, technically three, but there's one from Inazuma, the Inazuma Craftable, and then there's the Favonius Codex. And then there is this one. It's not really an ER weapon, but it has a strong ER passive. But it's an event weapon. This is technically Kokomi's weapon, but the stats made it not Kokomi's weapon. So I guess we're here now. That is the R1. I would like that one. Yeah, no worries. I actually ran attack on Kokomi and it's terrible. Like, it is terrible. Like, her normals don't do anything. They do, but nah. The stream crash? Oh, did somebody? Yeah, somebody came back, right? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what that was about, but it should not have crashed. It usually, sometimes it does, but it shouldn't. I don't know why. I don't know why it did this time. Come on, there we go. Every time he says that, it sounds like he's saying, "Don't give up. Don't give up." Yeah, Q's still going. All right, cool. About to pop some food. Let me see. So, HP, Hydro, Healing Bump. Yeah. 24-hour stream? Nah. If I did a 24-hour stream, I better hit 1,000 subscribers tomorrow. Like, I'm not doing 24 hours. I have a life, bro. Dude, I want that Kea. You will get that Kea. You know what you could do? Start saving up your whatchamacallits and start pulling the Keas out the shop. He's in there right now, right? Yeah. Just start saving this stuff up and start pulling Keas out the shop. Yeah. Yes, I am a businessman. I've been sick like most of this month though, so I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of hours clocked right now. I ain't even finna front. I've been low key struggling. But I've been getting pulled like everywhere. I'm not talking about from DWP. I've been getting pulled everywhere though. Like this holiday season, between COVID, being sick, You know, I get getting pulled everywhere. Like I wasn't able to clock as many hours as I would like. You know what I mean? It's still gonna be a cool check, but you know that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's cool though. I got a client lined up. You know what I mean? So we might be looking at some more, but you know, we'll be straight. Is that all you needed? I'm gonna assume. Okay, so I guess we are done here. All right, so free to play. It's free to play here. You don't think I've been eating my vegetables? You're so gay. All right. Yeah, not a problem. All right. So who's next? What is this life you speak of? Well, Yoimiya account, Yoimiya main account, Nahito alt account. Okay, so let me see if I can remember. So the main account was a 6-3 account, I think. Nope, that's Waddles. Oh my God. Okay, that's Yoimiya. Um, hmm. Free to play. Would you happen to be here? See, this is why I need to just join free to play's world, so I can just pull the account. Nico taking off. Gotta go. Okay, yeah, not a problem. Yeah, take it easy. Free to play. Would you happen to be here? If not, then I will come back to you, but I do not want to skip them. How about this? I'm gonna step away for like 2 seconds, and then if they don't come back, then I'm gonna jump to who was that? Who's that? Who's it? Star? So sleepy, but I need to eat a review. Yeah, 'cause Star's after free to play. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll be right back. One sec. Yay! All right. Did free to play come back or no? Free to play did not come back. All right, Star, what's cracking? Let's see. Where's my battery at? Ooh, we in there like swimwear. Blunt said what? Say what now? All right. I mean, I guess. Who's that? Star. Star. What's your username or UID? Yeah, I need your UID. And then when free to play comes back, I will be looking at free to play's account. Okay. Whoa, what? I don't know who I just rejected. That was not supposed to happen. Anyway, so 642-220. There it goes. And who am I looking at on this account? I see a Ning Wong. It was Zhao, right? Ooh, okay, hold on. Ooh, am I control? Oh yeah, we good. Okay, so we got a Lithic. Yes, DWP is happy. Zhao, Zhongli, and Xingqiu. Okay. All right, so let's see. Holiday break is a great time to spend with friends, family, or do community activities for college applications. Yes. Swag, swag. Depressing? What's depressing? All right, so let's see. So we got 67, 200. Okay. We got a Lithic Spear. Okay. I like the fact that he's got 200 crit damage. Why not Ning Wong? Because this is not my account. 519. Okay. 526. Okay. Wait, why no bless? We're going to talk about that. 10, 20. Okay. Okay, that piece I get. This piece has a lot of crit rate. Okay. Question. Do you know how Noblesse works on Zhao? I'm just wondering if you are aware of this. You do not. Okay. Noblesse actually does not work on Zhao at all. It does actually 0 for Zhao, believe it or not. Yeah. Zhao does not work at all on Zhao. What happens is Zhao's burst converts his norm. It counts as normal damage, right? So all the damage you're doing is coming off of his normal damage. It's not considered elemental burst damage. It's considered elemental damage that are normals, right? So this set bonus isn't doing anything. The pieces are amazing. Like the pieces are fine, but the set bonus isn't doing anything, right? So you're not really missing a humongous ton of DPS. You're missing what, 18% attack, right? Um, you need a Jade Spear. Question: are you going to be going for a Jade Spear? That's my question. What's going on, Keaton? So what's the point of looking at that stuff? Say what? I'm not old enough to go to, I'm assuming college, or look at that stuff. Yes, I'm trying. Okay. If you get the Jade Spear, you will be at a 89% crit rate, which is schmexy. We'll say that. Right? So, if a Jade Spear is the end goal, then I don't have any qualms with your. I personally don't have any like beef with what I'm looking at outside of the fact that it's a noblesse set, but the pieces are so godlike. I don't know if I care that much. If you show this to any other Zhao main, they're gonna like take an issue and write a Reddit review and try to talk to you crazy in Discord. I can't believe you know it's so bad, noblesse and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, your plunge attacks are stronger than theirs because the difference between yours and other Zhao's is 18% attack. But you have a goblet with 22% crit damage and 7 crit rate. Most Zhao's don't have that unless they've been only farming for Zhao. Like I play Zhao, like I need all the animal goblets, so they've cycled through a bunch of, you know what I'm talking about? Like it's not that it's serious, but it ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. I like the fact he's triple crown. I don't got any qualms with that. C1 I hear is really good. That you're gonna have to take up with other Zhaos. I don't know how that works, but I would recommend the Jade Spear whenever you get one. I would prioritize that if you main Zhao. That I would actually pull on the weapon banner for the Jade Spear personally. That would be my take on that. As far as Zhongli, I think I know what kind of Zhongli this is without it. Yep. without even looking at it. I was like, I think I know what Zhongli this is. Yep. All right, so let's see. We have 610, 12.7, and that's an HP piece, okay? Geo with crit rate and HP piece. You are barely making it to the crit rate, but I still am having a little bit of an issue with your crit rate. But you're at 36,000 HP. You do know the substat game, right? For crit rate? You need 11 crit rate per piece in order to hit 60 crit rate on your character. You do 107 with foods? Yeah, I mean that's cool, but that's like not the point. Like you have to crit though. No, this is not the Asian server. This is an American server. If you ever want to know what the server is, look at the first number on the UID in the bottom corner. Just Bennett. Yeah, Spiral Abyss doesn't have it. Well, that's aside the point. So, okay, so I want your crit rate to be higher. But you don't need a higher you don't need a higher crit rate for what I think you're going to be using Zhongli for. Yeah. You don't need it. The priority, hold on, where's your talent at? Yeah, your priority really is the shield. Hitting a big number on Zhongli is a dopamine rush. Were you here when I first started to stream, Star? Like when I very first started to stream. Were you here when I first started to stream? Not this stream, but like at 1 Pacific Standard Time. You know, when I started to stream, because I started at 1. If you were here at 1, I 3060 Abyss with Rosaria. Yeah, so you were here for that run, right? This is the Zhongli that was in there. You was oh, you were. Yeah, you were second person. I remember. Yeah. This is the Zhongli that was in there. Hitting big numbers with Zhongli is a placebo effect. But I guess what I'm saying is it makes you feel good. It matters, right? It doesn't matter as much as you think it does, though. It's more to make you feel good. It took me maining Zhongli for over a year to understand that. It took me maining Zhongli on my teams for over a year. I don't have a team without Zhongli. He's been name one stream Zhongli is not in my team on. And it took me that long of playing him to realize his burst does nothing. His burst is there so you can feel good about the number you hit. But it really doesn't matter. But you can, right? And you can, right? But I could tell you what feels worse, not critting when you're going for DPS. Yeah, I run physical Zhongli when I want to do damage with him. If I really want to do damage with him, I run physical Zhongli. My physical Zhongli burst hits like 60, 70k. No Bennett, no nothing. And that's physical Zhongli. You don't want to know what my Geo one hits. My Geo one is like 100 and something K. No Bennett. No buffs, no nothing. I'm like 100 something on a Geo Zhongli. but I main Zhongli. That's without a Homa. You give me a Homa, I'm probably 120. But that's aside the point. My point is, if you want damage, you will do more damage with your Zhongli getting critting consistently rather than getting one fat crit. I'm not saying have a 60% crit rate. I'm saying have more than 48%. I don't know if that makes sense. Is there a what? Is there a quick 10 primos? Do hangouts. You get 20 primos. Do like one hangout. You'll get 20 primo gems. If you got a hangout. If you got random hangouts, just do like one of them. It'll give you 20 primo gems. Or you could go farm chests. Those drop primos. You have most of them? Yeah, whichever ones you don't have, just do that. Or here's one. There's what is it? Do yeah, I'm talking geo resonance. Yeah, I don't yeah, he has to have a Homa to do that. No Bennett, no Mona? Yeah, that's gotta be a Homa. It has to be a Homa. Or it was either a crit fish or a Homa. Let's see. So with where's that weapon? So if you look up, especially in Discord, it should have it in there. If you look up this right here, go farm this in Leeway. One chest that holds this weapon gives you 10 primo gems. 210 crit damage? Yeah, that's gotta be a Homa though. Yeah, that's with a Homa, yeah. Yeah, a Homa could do that, definitely. Yeah, 131, that sounds realistic. R3J, hey, R3J, I would take it. But yeah, so yeah, but I mean, do you have any questions for your Zhong Li? Like, I know he hits hard. I'm just saying, if you want him to hit hard and have a shield, what's gonna help you more is consistently critting for like 40 to well, what'd you say? It's 88 with Bennett. Was that right? I would rather you crit consistently for 60 than crit half of the time for 80. You know, at least you're going to get 60. You're getting 60 every time. Because when you don't crit, it's like 15, 20. That hurts. You know what I mean? All right, so Zing Cho, we got a rank 1, level 90, love it. What's his ER? 187? Uh-oh, we've been watching 1010. Let me see. C3, okay. 4, 8, 10. All right. What? What is this right here? So why this piece? Is this the wrong piece, or you want to? Did you want this piece on him? Yeah, did you want this piece on him? Yeah, that's why I'm like, nah. Like, I'm pretty sure you know, nah, because I know you know better than that. Like, you got to have a. I know if you had this on and you meant it, I know there's a reason. You have no choice. So what? Wait. So you actually are. So you do have this piece on him. So you actually chose to put this piece on him. I guess is what I'm asking. Like you're like, I'm using this piece because I don't have a choice. I have to run this piece. My mic is gonna cut out a little bit, but bear with me, y'all. If that's the case, do you have at least an EM piece? I mean, I could respect an EM piece, even though it won't work, but it makes more sense than an HP piece. What I'm looking for really is energy recharge or attack. Don't smoke, children. The other sands are trash. Do you have attack or energy recharge without substats? You're struggling with the sands? Why don't you take this off Kaching? Yeah, switch this with Kaching or something. Oh, hold on. What are you rocking? What is this set? You're doing a pure substat carry. No, don't be embarrassed, bro. I mean, you got a ratio. I kid you not. You could really just put on EM right here. Not EM. You could put on energy recharge and call it a day. I'm not kidding. I mean, don't do that, but you could. If you want a shortcut and just like, I just want to move on, you could just put energy recharge here and call it a day. Energy recharge, attack. But because you don't have an R5, I would put energy recharge here. If you had an R5, then I could argue on your behalf to run attack here. I could be like, okay, I get it, but I would still, I run energy recharge. But I'm a casual. I'm not a hardcore. My rotation. I'm not one of those kind of guys. I cheese Genshin Impact. I don't. I play Genshin Impact. I don't compete in Genshin Impact. So the easy way out for your Xingqiu is just give him energy recharge right here. And you only need 3.9 crit rate. That crit damage ain't doing nothing for you. I'll do the Abyss with this set right now. I mean, the only difference is I have a R5, so that will make a difference. But I'll do the Abyss with a broken set with energy recharge right here. If you want me to make a point, I'll make a point. I don't know if that point, I don't know if it matters, but realistically, you just need energy recharge here. Do you have any questions though? Because okay, well, before I even ask you that, get his talent to 12. C6 does make a difference. Try to get C4, and then I almost want to say take advantage of this weapon banner right now, bro. Like Xingqiu is actually that valuable. He's low key that valuable of a character. Now I spent like a few $100 on the game, so I have a bunch of R5s. Not a bunch. I got 3 R5s, sack swords. You know what I mean? But if you can, I would probably pick this. I don't know how you are with claymores, but I would probably pick that catalyst weapon in case you're getting a heater or something, or you know what I mean. Whoever. I don't know if you use claymores or not. The red horn is only strong on like 3 characters in the game. But I would be pulling for sack swords, bro. Look again. Okay. I don't know why that took so long to come through. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna take a sec to update. Trying to test how I can write with different ideas. Okay. Yeah, so I'll wait for it to. Well, how much ER do you have now? You should have like 250 now, right? 230 ish, somewhere around there. The red horn is cracked Okokomi. Facts. Big facts. Woo! You don't know what you're missing. You need that red horn on Kokomi. Remember, I was saying it's good on 3 characters. Kokomi's one of them. uh. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just give it a couple minutes while I'm walking in the house. Then we're gonna refresh this person's account, and then you should be straight. Xingqiu is like that strong though. Yeah, the red horn's a claymore. It was a joke. The red horn is a claymore. They were joking. Okay, let's do this. It isn't a joke. Oh yeah, it's so not a joke. It's so not a joke. They threw LOL after their comment. All right, so let's see. So yeah, that's gonna take a minute to update. So with Zing Cho, um, okay, let's do this. Is he on my team? No, he's on my team. Okay, so Zing Cho, right? You just sack sword. I do recommend refinements if you run like a Hydro Noblesse set or whatever. But the point is, the whole point to Zing Cho. This is the whole game plan with Zing Cho. However you want to design your Zing Cho. Are you getting to your burst on rotation? That is the big question. Outside of that, then you buff his damage, right? If you can get to his burst with 150 ER, cool. If you're getting to it on rotation with 150 energy recharge, fantastic. That's what you're asking. I guess I'm a dolphin now. Every other character I don't really care about, but I guess I'm a dolphin now. I think I'm a dolphin now. There we go. There you go. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. So yeah, so that's fine. Yeah. So try your Xingqiu now. Go out and use your Xingqiu and see if you don't have a better burst uptime. Yours is lagging too. Why is everybody stream lagging? Do I gotta restart the stream? I do not want to restart the stream. About to do a speed test. Is it YouTube? I cut out? What? So yeah, so do you have any questions for me at all? Yeah, no, my stream look fine. Like mine is cool. Yeah, I mean mine been cool the whole time. To get a good laugh in. Uh-oh. But yeah, do you have any questions for me? That's what I'm trying to get through 'em. Yeah. You got any questions? I'm just making sure they're cool before I move on. Yeah, that's fine. At some point, yes, I would recommend Emblem though. Either Emblem or Hydro Noblesse or you know what I mean? Just make sure you got a really high energy recharge, whether it's substats or not. That's pretty much it. Unless you're like doing like sweaty rotations and like everyone else has Favonius weapons. That's it? Okay. Okay, no worries. All right, cool. Next up is now wait, now look at what? I'll make it quick because I'm about to move on to the next one. His ER? Yeah, I saw. Yeah, like 230. Yeah. Now try your Zing Show. Let me know how you like them. Because you had a dead stat on him. HP, that's a dead stat. If you're already okay with his damage, then you need to get to his burst at this point. Because your ratio is fine. The ratio is fine. But I mean, I would still recommend, me personally, I still recommend Emblem. But I mean, you should be okay for now. But at some point, yeah, you do want to start farming Emblem though. At some point, I would start working towards an Emblem set on him. That's my personal opinion. That's like the best. In my opinion, that's like the best Xingqiu because you don't have to worry about it. You don't got to think about it. You ain't got to trip on it. You don't got to hit a specific rotation and all that. Oh my God, I gotta hit Bennett's skill again and blah 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 blah. Like you ain't got to trip on all that. You could just scale, burst, scale, go. You know what I mean? All right, wonderful. What's going on with you, cuz? What are we doing today? Oh, I gotta pull the name out. The reason why I said your name that way is because I used to play a game called Power Stone, and that's how they say it in that game. Wonderful! Killing me. Yeah, so what's going on? Does anyone have four? What? Yeah, the story quest takes a long time. Where's. I just want to review, need help. Resin help? Okay. Well, what's your UID? I recommend having two-factor authentication or two-step authentication on your account, whether it be Genshin or console, depends on the platform. At your discretion, go ahead and post a UID in the chat, and I will be right with you. Raiden can't do over 30k with her burst, and I need help with how to build her. I also okay. It's probably a stuff. You're probably running into a substat issue. 99% of the time, that's the issue. Y'all didn't have to unhide that, but that's okay. All right, so let me see. So boom, boom, boom. Who's that? 748? Is that right? Okay. All right, let's see. Yoimiya main. Love it. Check out my Yoimiya build. I don't do crit rate and crit damage. Okay. Okay, well that's a lie. All right, so what are we doing? So you say you don't do over 30k, right? Yeah, I do three characters, but who am I looking? So I'm looking at the rating, right? And you say you want to show me the rest of your team, but who am I looking at though? Because I already know why your Shogun's not doing 30k. Just not Yoimiya? No, you do it with Yoimiya. Otherwise, this wouldn't be 42. I think it's that you're having a hard time getting crit rate, but we'll talk about that. So, okay, so you're running what? Attack, attack, energy recharge, attack, attack. Yep, you got two attack stats. Okay, so hmm. Okay, okay. Why do you think your Shogun's not hitting 30k? You don't know what you're doing. Okay. What's your error? 55. Okay. What do you want to do with your Shogun? I have to ask that before I move forward. Okay, crit. Well, crit's a part of it. So why? So what do you want to do with your Shogun? Is really what I think is wrong. Well, okay. So the issue that you're having is well, there's two parts. One, you don't have a catch. That's not the meat and potatoes of the issue, but that is part of the issue. The second issue is that you're not actually critting. You have at least some kind of crit damage, but you're not actually getting to the crit. That's the issue. Like between this and your ER and your attack, all that says 30k easy, but you're not seeing it because you're not critting. I mean, maybe it might be. I've seen the R5 Spear hit harder, but I don't know if I could say that it is. I don't have it, so I couldn't test against it. I say the catch because it gives you crit rate. It allows you to run more crit damage, so you could get a stronger ratio. But I don't know. Okay, so first things first. This needs to be crit rate, right? And we do need. Okay, so on any given race, on any given rate in Shogun, right? The only stats that matter are crit rate, crit damage on pretty much every single solitary piece. Energy recharge only matters after you got crit rate and crit damage. The way that this kind of farm looks, also if you want to see my team, just look at the stats. I don't really need help with the rest. Okay. So, but the farm, right? This looks like a farming issue. Like this, they don't got to be that high in crit damage, but this should be every single piece on your account at AR55. Like it should be like this on like every piece. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, like this. You see how it's got crit rate and crit damage? That should be every single piece. That right there is cool. That right there is cool. That one needs crit rate, crit damage. That right there is cool, but it needs to be electro. And that right there, you know what I mean? So that should be every piece. Right? So I think the issue is, I think it's a farm issue. Right? So when you're farming for pieces, I'm gonna come back to your account in a sec. So when you're farming for pieces, right? You want to satisfy the crit rate, crit damage part first, right? And then once you got the crit rate, crit damage part, then once those two are on the piece, then you start looking for the energy recharge for the Shogun. Because you're going to run into this. Somebody's going to be like, oh, but energy recharge, yes, that's true, but no. I'll show you something. If that was the case, I'll do this all day, right? I could pull a cracked Shogun right now. Where's a cracked Shogun? Who is it? You got the Shogun? Here's a Shogun, right? 70, 159, right? If I look at any of these pieces, you might see energy recharge on them, right? But we got 5%, but 21 crit damage. We got 5%, but 20 crit damage. Energy recharge doesn't matter unless it happens to appear on the artifact. Right? 9 energy recharge, 28 crit damage. You see where I'm going? It only matters if it happens to land on the artifact. If it's not on the artifact, no one cares. It has to happen to be on the piece. As far as the substat, right? I'll pull another Shogun. Right? This is like a 60 Shogun, yeah. Right? So 279, it happens to be on the pieces, right? But we got 21, well, that's an energy recharge piece. So this has got 10, but it got 15 crit damage on an electro piece. This is 28 crit damage, no energy recharge. This one's got 5 energy recharge, 28 crit damage. You see my point? So don't focus on energy recharge being a substat. If it happens to be there, then cool. Because there's not one Shogun in this entire list that's built who cares about that stat unless it happens to be there. If it happens to be there, great. Your priority is crit rate, crit damage on your Shogun, though. I just didn't want you to get stuck on the energy recharge conversation. Because they'll tell you energy recharge. They're not telling you how important it is, though. This is actually a terrible artifact on the Shogun because it doesn't have crit damage. You see what I'm talking about? Like, this one's cool, but it's missing crit rate. You're probably rolling these pieces because they have energy recharge is what I'm getting at. Like, oh, it's got energy recharge, I'll be okay. Like, no, let's not do that. You need crit rate and crit damage, and if it happens to have energy recharge, then cool. That's how that works. Let me read your comments, because I feel like you were talking. So do I farm artifacts mainly looking for... Yeah. Because it seems like you know what you're doing. Like, you know the build, right? You can run energy recharge, attack, attack. Technically, you can do that, right? But you want to satisfy your ratio before satisfying your energy recharge. Would those work on Xing Cho? Technically. Yeah, and ER, believe it or not, don't even really matter on her up until you get the engulfing lightning. She gives you ER. Like you're going to hit about 200% energy. You actually don't need energy recharge. The only time you use the energy recharge timepiece, believe it, this right here, the only time you actually use this is when you run an engulfing lightning because she only has one scaling with energy recharge and it comes with her. But when you have an engulfing lightning, you now have two sources of energy recharge scaling. Then you use energy recharge. I can show you both Shoguns right now because I have both. Right? So here's a catch. No engulfing lightning, right? I don't have an engulfing lightning, but what I'm saying is I have attack and I have energy recharge with 20 crit damage. Right? I can show you both of these. And attack hits harder without an engulfing lightning. What's up, Bananya? What's cracking, cuz? What's up, Juan Vasquez? How you doing? Ty, what's happening? No, you'll do damage without ER. It's if you don't have, look, if you don't have a catch, now you're not really doing. Here's the thing, because I want to break, I'll show you a Shogun that does not run ER. The problem with a no ER Shogun is you never see her burst. Believe it or not, this weapon at R1 on a regular Thunder and Fury Gladiator Shogun is stronger than an Emblem Shogun. The problem is you never get to her burst. What set pieces should I go for? You want to run Emblem. You're fine on Emblem. But the pieces you want is attack, electro, crit rate. If you do not have engulfing lightning. If you have an engulfing lightning, then you run energy recharge and attack. And the only reason I say that is because I had a Shogun with 3 crit rate on my goblet, right? And then I had this piece with attack and 10 crit damage. So I had 10 more crit damage and an attack piece, but I had 20 crit damage on both these pieces. Okay, 21. Got it. This was only 0.8 behind, right? But I'm getting a 10 crit rate increase right here. Now, when I had that goblet that had 3 crit rate, no crit damage, that was an Electro Goblet before, energy recharge attack was weaker than attack ER. You see what I'm saying? But if you have an engulfing lightning, because the engulfing lightning gives you attack based on your ER, now you have electro and attack scaling just from having a bunch of ER. That's the engulfing lightning. That's a good team. I agree with that team. I think that's a really good team. I'm assuming Yanfei's the driver. But yeah, that's a good team. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll look at 3 of them, but yes. So that's why your Shogun's not hitting 30k though. The meat and potatoes is because you're not critting. That's the meat and potatoes. But if you want to run this weapon, you're going to want at least like 60 crit rate. 60, 65 crit rate. Somewhere in that part. I'd say 70. But I'm not going to push you to that limit. Right? And then also because you're not running an engulfing lightning, I would actually recommend, what's your energy recharge? 41? Yeah, so you're really close to the catch. I would say attack and electro. That would be what I would personally recommend. It's totally up to you though. And I would flex out the goblet. Because you have 5 pieces. You have a 5-piece set. I would move this to like an offset piece. If you can. If you can. I mean, it depends on what you get out the domain. But yeah, priority number 1, crit rate, crit damage. If it happens to come with energy recharge, great. Right? For Yoimiya, I don't know if I want to look. Well, let's look at Yai, right? I'm kind of a connoisseur at this lady. All right, so let's see. So first off, she's level 78 out of 80. You're running a Widsith, okay? You have a 2-piece, okay? And then we have 455, okay. Oh yeah, what's your talents? Okay, cool. If you're gonna, you can stop on her burst unless you want to crown it. I would recommend getting her skill to 9. You do not have to crown her skill. You don't have to get it to 9, but I would recommend it. It makes your burst a little stronger. Not a whole lot, but it makes it a little stronger. All right, so Yai Miko. All right, here we go. So let's see. So you do have a working ratio. You're good. Yai Miko with a Widsith, your goal for crit damage is like 210, by the way. So we can get you to 210. It's gonna take a while though. There's a strategy to that. I'll get into that in just a second. So let's see. So we have this piece. You got 8 crit rate, fantastic. 7 crit rate, fantastic. 6 crit rate, okay, now we're not looking too good. 5 crit rate, okay. And a crit rate circlet. Okay, so we need you to get a really cracked crit rate roll somewhere. Like double the crit. That we got to get you a ton of crit rate on one piece. I feel like it would be this piece. I just got Yai last banner. That's good. Yai Miko is really, really good. Okay, so yes, so with Yai Miko, if you want to run a crit damage weapon and a crit damage circlet, I'm just letting you know, you can do that. But in order to do that, you need a certain amount of crit rate rolls on your pieces, right? You can run attack here. I'm not opposed to that, okay? Because of the piece. It's a really good piece, right? I would rather see Electro here. I'm pretty sure you know that because you only run attack if you're doing split scaling or if there's attack scaling in the character's kit. Being that she can only hit Electro, attack is quite a bit weaker than Electro on her. It does work though because everything is multiplying on attack, but you would want Electro. Like you should notice a pretty noticeable difference with Electro. But you're going to be going up against 21 crit damage. So I would say if you do get an Electro piece, you do want to get the crit rate 5.8, but you should break even, if not hit, a lot harder. Now I think about it, with 14 crit damage on an Electro piece. You should come out quite a bit stronger. As far as this piece, I do want to see crit damage on that guy, but more importantly, you do want crit rate, and I'll show you why actually. So on Yai Miko, I'm gonna switch to a Wit Sith. So on Yai Miko, right? So on Yai Miko, we can get you a lot of crit damage, and this is the crit, but you need the crit rate. If you can get the crit rate on all the pieces, you can run a crit damage circlet, right? The crit rate is going to be 9, 11, 15, which is a lot, and then 6, right? Cumulatively on all those pieces, you're looking at about around 50 crit rate. Realistically, you only need 45 crit rate because she comes with like you get 5 from her, right? So if you had what 45 crit rate on your artifacts right here, you'd have like a what 69% crit rate, something like that. So I say 46. So you only need 46% crit rate on your artifacts across all your artifacts, right? But that's going to be composed of like a really really good crit rate roll and a decent crit rate roll, right? So 15 cracked, and then 11 really good. If you can satisfy those two, the rest of them could be like 6, 7, whatever. And then at that point, you'll be able to have your 70 crit rate with like a unnecessary amount of crit damage. And that's how you see those Yai Mikos out there with unnecessary crit damage numbers. Like, why is your crit damage so high? That's how. Because you prioritize crit rate. Keep in mind, on the circlet, you get 62 crit damage. Some people can't get 62 crit damage across these 4. You know what I mean? So that would be my goal for your Yai Miko. Hold on, let me see. That would be my goal for your Yai Miko. What's happening, Necro? Cha cha, real smooth. Turn it up. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop, let's go. One hop, let's go. 2 hops this time. Crisscross. Oh, God, let me stop. All right, so. Wagwan, cuz. What's happening, man? Yeah, I'm doing fantastic, good sir. But yeah, so you got a strategy, and then level her to 90. When you ascend her to 90, what's going to happen is by ascending her, you're going to get another 5, I think it's 5% crit rate. By ascending, just ascending her to 90, you get another 5 crit rate. That's going to help That's going to help contribute to your ability to run a crit damage circlet. So I'll just put it this way. If you switch this to a crit damage circlet, you're going to have 62 minus 14, whatever that number is, that's going to be your crit damage increase. And that is Yaimiko in a nutshell. Any questions as far as the do you have any questions or concerns with my feedback at all? By the way, the two piece is fine to have on her. It's a good general Yaimiko. Whether it's Thunder and Fury, Shiminawa, it's really not that serious. Attack, it doesn't matter. Any questions? Everybody clap your hands. Okay, that's yeah. Let me see. No, just about how you perfected that song. Well, I used to DJ. I didn't perfect the song. I know it. I know that wasn't the exact song, but holy Jesus, I've heard that song a bazillion times. I'm gonna look at your Yoimiya. I'm having an issue with this Yoimiya right now. Okay, I know your issue right now. You have two problems. One, you feel stuck with this piece. You gotta let that go. Right? That piece is forcing you to run this piece. You gotta let those two go. Also, this needs to be crit rate. Turn this and this into Shiminawa, and turn this into crit rate. Shoot for crit rate, crit damage on this, as you did. It does not have to be 27 crit damage. Trust me. It's nice, but you gotta trust me. You don't need the 27 right here, right? When you get a Shiminawa bonus. And then this right here, it ain't gotta be 20. Because you know what you get on Shiminawa? You get 50 bonus damage. You get 50. If I could pull my character. What is that? Uh, when casting, not hitting, but casting, the elemental skill, if the character has 15 energy or more, they lose 15 energy, and they gain the attack damage is increased by 50%. Should I pull for weapons over characters? I'm going to tell you the only time you do that. The only time you pull weapons over characters is if you are going to be pulling weapons over characters going forward. It's either you have all weapons or you have all characters. Otherwise, start spending money and get both. But you can pull weapons. It's just if you pull weapons, I want to repeat that. If you start pulling weapons and that's all you can do, then you're going to be pulling weapons. Don't pull characters. You're going to be sticking to weapons. Should you stop pulling weapons? You can. Because you need that sack sword. Look at Kokomi's HP. Okay. Nice. Hold on. Hmm. Hold on. Okay. 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 Ooh, this should be healing bonus. Hmm. I don't even knock it, to be honest with you. I would make this healing bonus, but that's up to you. I like her HP though. Wait, what weapon are you using? Oh, hold on. Mmm. Really? Okay. Hmm. Shoot, I ain't knocking it. So what's your goal with Kokomi? And then I'll leave it at this because I'll make it real. I'll make it super quick. What's your goal? Healer, Hydro applicator. You just want a lot of HP. Like what's the goal? Damage, heals. Eggs is taking off. Hey, take it easy, eggs for life. By the way, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I said that to you. Wonderful. I'm gonna call you Wonderful. Master Tank. Got you. Yeah, if you want a tank, you can run all HP. But she could tank regardless of what you put on her, borderline. Like the minute you hit like 30 something thousand HP, like she's tanking pretty much everything. I play this game and sometimes I really think I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I can understand. It takes a lot of energy in the beginning. But yeah, do you have any other questions? Or are you good? Let me know. Any questions? And I hope I was able to help you out. But you should notice some differences after some of those farms. Artifacts are terrible, by the way. These things are terrible. Like this is the bane of Genshin Impact is artifacts. This right here, that all yeah, this is Genshin Impact. Like once you're done with all the leveling, this is the whole game right here. And it sucks. With 1 HP, wow. Kind of a lot. I think you said if I'm not at a certain rate, do not prioritize artifacts. Yes. If your AR is not AR45, do not worry about artifacts. It is not until AR45 is you do not don't the only thing that matters is the main stats of your artifacts. So just whatever artifacts you got, make sure your main stats are on point. And that is it. Because right when you hit AR45, because here's the goal, because I'm finna help him in here in a second. So right the goal, so it goes like this, and I'm finna join you here in just like 2 seconds in. What happens is when you start playing, you want to make sure your character, the weapon, and the talents are really, really high on your core team. Your 4 characters, your core team. By the time you hit AR45, if everyone is leveled, maxed out, good to go, you don't got to farm for them anymore, 45, you start getting guaranteed gold drops. This is a 5 times increase. It's a 5 times like resin efficiency increase. Right? It takes you an average of 5 runs to get a gold piece before AR45. After AR45, you're guaranteed one every single time. Right? From 45, pretty much till you just want to stop. You just farm nothing but artifacts. By the time you hit AR50, you should be looking at artifacts like this. 22, 6, 3, 28, 7, 26, 6, 21, blah 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 blah. You should just have artifact like goblets that just don't make sense. Like, you know what I mean? 521, something 28, 627, something 30. You be 35 crit damage on a piece. Like you'll be having that type of stuff. That's why. You know what I mean? Like Kinko did it. Kinko is probably his free to play account is probably the best example of it. You know what I mean? Here it goes. Like Kinko's free to play account did exactly what I'm saying, and that's why his free to play account is the way it looks. His free to play account looks like a whale account. Not a whale account, but it looks like somebody who, like, okay, I play Genshin. Wanna know why? Because the minute he hit AR45, he spent 3,400 resin on just artifacts because he didn't have to spend it on characters. So he had, I don't know how many gold artifacts to just pick from. And because it's all RNG, what are the chances you're going to get a ridiculous piece out of 3,400 resin worth of artifacts? You're probably going to get some cracked pieces. I'm trying to make sure he saw. Say what? I'm trying to pop in every few streams to show my progress. Hey, not a problem. Leaving soon. No, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, pop in and let me know. Yeah, and you make sure you get some rest too. I'm an advocate of sleep. I'm an advocate of a good night's rest. You can ask anybody here. For real. Yeah, not a problem. Nope. Yeah, not a problem. Who's that? All J? Not a problem. Come on. There we go. I'm like, what? That was weird. Yeah, you got AR60 looking artifact. Well, AR59. AR60 artifacts be. You remember AR60 accounts always have bad artifacts, right up until about like this year. This game would hate on AR. If you had a high AR, this game hated you when it came to artifacts. I would pull AR60 accounts, they artifacts just be like, what? This game hates AR60s when it comes to artifacts. Burger taking off? You got school? All right, man. Yeah, sleep good, bro. I'll check in with you tomorrow. Make sure you're good. Welcome back, Miko. Yes, it does, Trip. You ain't the only one, Trip. There was like you and like two other 60s that I knew a while back. Like it was you and like two other people that were like some of the first AR60s to hit AR60 that I knew. That I had in my friend list and that that I knew. And yeah, bro, they hated. They never gave you guys artifacts. Troop, Glad. You would think the Troop and Glads would be cracked on you guys' accounts. Nah, they hated y'all. Uh oh. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. My granddaughter was here. She would have been singing. 4. Mother Ghost said, boo, boo. Taking a break from a college semester. Oh, from college for a semester. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, take care of yourselves, though. You know what I mean? You gonna go to sleep? All right, Star, you take it easy. Genshin chat. Wait. Should I become a support Chi-Chi? That's up to you. I run a support Chi-Chi. It's up to you though. Like she heals really good regardless. If you actively heal. You know what I mean? If you run attack. If you run two attack stats, you should be alright. Who's it on Jack after this? Mm 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 mm. This has to be the worst enemy ever. There we go. Not ever, but that little attack that thing does is really annoying. It's not bad. It's just like, come on, man. I just want to. I don't know. The hitbox on it is weird. Being Genshin, okay. What you say? Oh, I don't do that trading card game. I suck at that thing. You know I'm terrible at that game. I suck at it. I do this every Wednesday and Saturday from 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Wednesdays and Saturdays, I do it pretty much all day. I used to only do it on. Okay, thank you. I used to only do it on Saturdays because that's the days that people are out of school, people got the day off, so on and so forth. But I had to start doing it on Wednesdays because there were a lot. Like we started getting a lot of people who started needing help. So I was like, okay, I'll just add Wednesday. What's happening, Lost? Ooh, excuse me. By the way, I'm eating beef jerky, and it's fire. It's lit at the night show. Oh God. At the night show. It's lit at the night show. What's his name? What's it? Oh my God. What is that dude's name? The dreadhead dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. His name escapes me, bro. What is his name? I had protein granola early. I swear to God, I was gonna get a protein bar, bro, earlier before the stream. No, not ASAP Rocky. The other dreadhead dude, the one who did the song with Drake. Oh my God, he had to. Never mind. Travis Scott. Oh my God. Let's all eat protein and I lost. All right, bro. I'll be chatting in again. Okay. What you know about Drake? Nothing, because I don't listen to Drake. Yeah, Travis Scott, bro. Boom, 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 boom. I stopped DJing right as that song came out. I'm glad I did. I'm joking. I wish I still DJ. I mean, I could still DJ. It's just I had to put it down. My body couldn't take all the lifting and whatnot. Yeah, Travis Scott. Yeah. Music kind of got weird. Me and Intro were talking one time, Lost. Intro, and I kind of low key agree with him. He says the best time in this generation, right? When it comes to music, the best musical era was 2012. And we start naming off songs that came out in 2012, and I was like, you know what? I think you might be right, bro. That's when YG like blew up. My hitters, my hitters, my hitters. Can I hit the dude? Wow. Okay. Oh, I got a revive. Hold on, cuz. Hold on. Magic. Magic. I have never used the Barber revive. Bruh, what? Huh. C6 Barber, let's go, cuz. Yeah, it was fire back then. It was Akon. Well, Akon low key, but it was like, who was it? Diplo was doing his thing with Skrillex, but it was like a big like dance music scene. Like EDM was like busting out like crazy. Like it was low key popping. Pitbull was killing it. Like everything was lit. Big Sean wasn't Big Sean. You know what I mean? Just everything was fire back then. Everything was fire. Like Tiger, everything, like all, like music was just on fire back then, 2012. And then, I don't know, Soldier Boy made a comeback or something. I don't know, something happened. 1989? Oh, you talking about way back then. Yeah, I can't post that loss. But yes. Yeah, Wiz was in there. Like, everything was popping. But if you're talking about back in the day, if you want to talk about back in the day, you can't touch this. Now, hold on now. If we going back in the day, around 19, what was it? It was, I want to say like 1977. If we gonna go back like that, 70s. I don't think you could beat 70s music. They did have to stop. Slow Motion by Juvenile. Oh Lord. I'm just saying. That's what I don't know. I kind of low key agree with him as a DJ because I was DJing during that whole time, bro. Like that whole time was crazy as a DJ. Like every song that came out was fire. Every single song that came out was just fire, bro. But so was '89 though. Like to be fair, like that whole pocket of time too. Like late '80s, early '90s, everything that came out was fire. Bone Thugs and Harmony, Snoop came out, like it was crazy. Then time goes on, and then 2012 hits. Everything in 2012 was smacking, smack everything. Everything was smacking. Like there was a long break between like the early '90s and 2012. There was like the biggest break in music. I don't know what it was, but we had all the southern rappers came out, and it was just kind of like, all the girls watching, beat steady knocking. Middle of the stage got the whole club rocking. And you could hate, but the instead of watching. Bet you can't do it on the unseen bombing. We bottle popping. Who you caught? Better get a rap, but you see. It was all super just popping, top, and I'm riding to school. Head about a bot, use a stupid fool. Out of bottle, grabbing all the two. It was super basic, bruh. Like there was a pocket, it was just bad. It was just terrible. You know what I mean? Yeah, Migos low key. I don't know what the Migos did, but the Migos got their style from 3 6 Mafia, and they call it the Migos flow now. But they've been doing that rap style forever, though. Not them, but that rap style has been a rap style forever. There's a song called "Greatest Show on Earth" by AC Alone that came out in the '90s. He literally did that style. It's just that the Migos did it, and they did it, but they did it rapping. They did it sounding like Kendrick Lamar, though. So Kendrick Lamar style, but on triplets, and that's the Migos flow. You know how Kendrick Lamar has a poppy sound? Like da 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 da. Apetipa tipa tata pita tapa tipa tata tu. Hipetita pata tipa tapa tipa tata tu. Hipetita tapa tu. Hipetipa tapa That's Kendrick Lamar, right? Take that, but do it on the triplets exclusively. That's the Migos flow. Yeah, he got it from. No, he did get it from 3 6 Mafia though. They was doing that way before the Migos. I thought you said Migos and not the Migos. I was heck of funny. RP Takeoff that part. Yeah, Takeoff was actually my favorite Migos. He really was. I became a fan of the Migos because of Takeoff. Takeoff was my favorite one. Salt and Pepper. Oh God, he's way back then. Salt and Pepper's here. Salt and Pepper's here. All right, Jack. Jack is next, right? Salt and Pepper's here. But y'all don't know nothing about no Jay Dilla though. Jay Dilla, that man, Jay Dilla was the Jay Dilla saved my life. Jay Dilla, I think, is the only person to keep anybody. If you are into music and you're into hip hop, Jay Dilla will keep your head screwed on tight. He'll keep you straight. You can only listen to nonsense for long enough until you okay. Let me go listen to Jay Dilla. Y'all know dates. I suck at them. That's why I hate doing history. You will get better. All right, Jack, what we doing? I'm going to safely assume that I am looking at Gene because you had questions about Gene, and I think Ayaka because you're running two piece. Yep, that is. Yep, you just need a little crit rate. All right, so let's see. Lupe's Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco was cool. So what am I doing? Are we farming or doing a crowd domain? Okay. Leeway stage or Sumeru stage? Pick one. Leeway stage. I mean, if I chose, but I don't like Sumeru like that. You asking the wrong person. I don't like Sumeru. I'm waiting for Fontaine. I'm gonna be hyped when Fontaine come out. When Fontaine come out, oh, we own it. What I would start doing, Jack. This is my opinion, bro. What I would start doing is I would start prepping for. I would start prepping the 4 piece Blizzard. I would start fishing for a four-piece blizzard if you can. That way, if you get a mist splitter or you start running a Kageuchi or any of that, then you have the set for it. But the four-piece blizzard will open you up to more weapon options, like a black cliff, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? The battle pass approach, like that approach, is more, um, accessible. I guess is the word I'm looking for. Right? Like you can fight bosses, and you don't have to micromanage your crit rate by, you don't have to apply cryo first or whatever. You know what I mean? So, mist splitter is going on Gene. I mean, I guess. Huh. No, big fella. Okay, well that big guy is. Go over there. All right, we're doing all types of things. Yay! Oh, you did not have to hit your burst. That's okay though. Wait, what time is it? Oh, snap! We got 10 minutes. Wait, who's after Jack? Is it Johnson? Should have gotten Kazuha so I can dodge like that. I mean, Kazuha's cool. Well, no, let me take that back. Kazuha is really good. He's really good. But Kazuha's kind of like a tool, low key. He's like a low key. He's like a tool kind of. Like, he's good, but he's good at like the one thing that he does. But he's like the best at like that one thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't use Kazuha because it's Kazuha. I use Kazuha because he's good at what he does. I don't know if that makes sense. If Kazuha didn't do what he does, I would never use Kazuha. Let me put it that way. Okay, you out here slapping with that Shogun though. I like it. I don't know. I wish Kazuha. What's going on, Hootao? What's happening, car? I dearest. If if I could change Kazuha, if I could change Kazuha, I would make his skill infuse his normals. You would hit his skill, and then his normals would infuse. That would be what I would do. We need a dual sword user. There is a dual sword user coming out. But it's not like a dual sword like you think it is. It's dual sword animations. You know what I mean? It's not like you can equip two swords. It's a guy who like has two swords, but you know what I mean? What they really need, this is what they need. Yeah, it's just an animation. What they really need is a character who can equip two swords. That's what they need. Yeah, not just I just make another sword appear, but I'm really just using like one sword. They need like I can use two swords. I can equip like a mist splitter and a jade cutter. Like they need that character. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like it'll use a passive from one weapon and it'll use the main stats or something of another weapon or something. Like they need something like that. Child, nah. Or a gun user. They could come out with a gun. That'd be kind of fire. They need a new weapon type. Yeah, Yeah, they kind. Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know if it's the weapon. What? I don't know if it's the weapon type. They need to get away from. They need to get away from the cap. They need to. If they're gonna introduce something, they need to not make it cap. If it's a dual sword user, make it a dual sword user. Like I can use a sack sword and a Favonian sword. Like it should be something like that. Like it's either he has like let's say you got a sack sword, right? He could use a sack sword. Great. If you don't have a second sword, then his second sword is just his high base attack weapon. And that's it, right? Finished? Okay. His second sword would be like just some like an exalted weapon in Warframe or something, right? But you have the option to switch that weapon for some other weapon, right? So if you don't want the high base attack, but you would rather the energy recharge, you could switch that weapon for like a Favonius weapon or something. You know what I'm talking about? Wouldn't that be kind of fire? Like he would have his weapon, but when you get their weapon is two swords. It comes as a package, right? But then you can also put two different weapons in the slot. So you can run like a Favonius and a Mist Splitter. But it'll only give you a portion of each weapon. It'll give you like an average of the two stats, the two main stats, and it'll only give you like half of the passives and half of the secondaries or something. That'd be dope. Just to keep it balanced, that way you're not getting a million crit damage plus 60 ER or something. You know what I mean? And then they would, yeah, you'd only get a portion of like each weapon just to keep it balanced. And then you would take whatever the base attack of each one is divided by two. That way you get an average base attack. You know what I mean? So if you got a Mist Splitter, which is 674, but then you got a Favonius sword, which is 454, then it'll be 500 and something or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? It'd be like 560 or whatever, 564, whatever that number is. You know what I'm talking about? That'd be kind of fire. That would be a dual sword user. Then you could get like creative with the builds. You know, I don't know, that'd be dope. But having dual sword animations, yes, that character is coming out in the form of I'll hate them, cuz. Wouldn't mind Tonfas or fist weapons. They need fist weapons. I think fist weapons would actually be pretty dope. Imagine Albedo dual wielded. Yeah, you could have a defense weapon and an attack weapon. I think that'd be dope. All right, what's going on, Miko? Two over. Yeah, no. I mean, they would obviously have to nerf him in the hand. Oh, Johnson. Here we go. They would obviously have to nerf him. I mean, we have Heizo, but like a weapon type or something. Where's John? Here it goes. And I'm looking at Ito. Ooh. Ah. Hmm. Okay. 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 That is a goblet. That's what it was. I'm like, something's missing. Hold on. Ah, that's what it is. You know what? Where is it? It's this piece. It's not even that piece. It's these two. Because what's the crit rate on this? 5? Okay, if you got two crazy crit rate rolls here, crazy crit rate rolls, like 15, 12, 15, 14, something crazy like that. You could take this 27 crit damage plus 7 crit damage, 27, 30. So you could take this 34 crit damage and turn that into 62 crit damage. You would go up 30 crit damage. Yeah, you'd be at like 250. That would be insane. That'd be where it's at. Okay. I mean, he's looking good for where he is, though. Yeah, he is good. For where he's at, he is good, though. I think Johnson took off, though. Johnson, you took off, right? That ain't bad. Oh, we memeing out here. I swear Kaching is just a character. Like, people just have Kaching and they're like, I guess I'll build her. And everybody does this. I never see a 4-piece Thunder and Fury on Kaching. And if it is, it's always temporary. It never stays on Kaching. Because that's her set, is 4-piece Thunder and Fury. No one ever uses that set, though. Every time I see Kaching, it's a 2-piece. It's leftover artifacts. It's like, okay, this works. I think everybody with Kaching in their thing does this. I don't know. I haven't. I think the only Kaching with a 4-piece Thunder Fury that I've seen was Leon's, and he still ain't finished with it. Last time I talked to him, you don't even have Kaching. When you get Kaching, I'm telling you, Cheese, it happens every time, bro. You're gonna have Kaching. You're gonna have pieces that are just laying around, and you're gonna be like, I need to build Kaching, but you're not gonna farm for her, so you're gonna give her a two piece, and call it a day. Every single solitary person I know does that. Honestly, yeah, and I didn't even build her. But yeah. You know what, Lost? You know what Kaching is like? Lost is gonna know exactly what I was talking about it earlier today. Kaching is the Nakana Prime of Genshin Impact, bro. You have it, you put a build on it, you max it out, you do all the things, never use it. Unless you just like using it. Kaching is the Nakana Prime of Genshin Impact. People out here using Cronins, the Brahma, the Phantasma, you know what I mean? They using all that. You know what I mean? Gunblades, Redeemers, Stalta. They using everything and anything but the Nakana Prime, but everybody got a Nakana Prime with a build on it. Everybody. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Dragon Nakana. You know what I'm talking about? It's either Nakana. Hey, you got one of them. Nakana Prime. Everybody got a Nakana, bro. It's either Dragon or Nakana Prime. Everybody got one. No one uses it. You know what I mean? You know when people use it? It's the people use Kaching about as much as we use the Nakana Prime. Like, I feel like using the Nakana Prime. So that's when you use Kaching. That's when Kaching comes out. I feel like using the Nakana Prime. So then people use Kaching. Otherwise, they're using Sinnoh, the Shogun, Yaimiko. They're using all these other characters. They are not using Kaching. Yeah, it's one of the best weapons. It's one of the better weapons in Warframe. No one uses it. But everyone has it. It's like you don't play Warframe unless you got a Nakana, bro. You play Warframe and you don't have a Nakana Prime or a Dragon Nakana, one of them. You don't have either one. It's either Dragon Nakana with a ribbon or a Nakana Prime. But you have a Nakana, bro. You don't have a Nakana. It's like not having Umbra. Like everybody got Umbra. You know what I'm talking about? Electro Al Hatham. Oh Lord. Which is yeah. Pizza rolls. I love pizza rolls. I love bring me some pizza rolls because I love pizza rolls. Now they are gone and I am sad. Oh Lord. I'm gonna pray for your pizza rolls. Heizo. I don't know if Johnson came back, but Johnson, let me know if Johnson is here. Okay. Hmm. And it hit 10. I don't know. I almost want to say hit this to 12 and see what happened, but I'm not. I'm not. It hit EM twice. It hit it once and then it hit it a second time. That's how I got to 44 at level 8. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that piece right now. That one is whatever. That piece is whatever. That piece is it. You can use it. This piece is okay. Okay. Do you even know what set you want on Heizo? I feel like you just want to use this. Here's something that I've. This is from experience, at least my experience with my account. I don't know if I would recommend building a character just because you need to put a weapon on that character. Yeah, because I know what you're talking about, right? It's like I got the thunder. It's like I got the thunder. Like I got the Amos, right? So just because I got an Amos, don't mean I'm gonna go out and build Tainari. You know what I'm saying? Like I would just focus on the characters that you want to play. If you want to play Heizo, you will need a VV set. either a VV set, a Echo set, pretty much one of those two. So Echoes or VV, you could technically do that new artifact set too. Whatever that new Sumeru one is, you could do that one too. Like technically you can, because this is normal and charged, right? Yeah, you can do that set. Your skill's not going to be crazy, but you're going to be doing a lot of charge attacks anyway, so you might as well get bonus damage on those. You'll probably use VV. I mean, I know for my Heizo, I'm running VV. I'm running four. I'm going to run four piece VV because I don't know if I will ever run Heizo not on a national taser setup or something. Like I'm going to always run Heizo with something he could swirl. I just don't. I can't imagine running an Animo character and not buffing my support DPS. Because I'll tell you like this, and this is why I say that. So if Zhao hits 30k per plunge attack, right? Then why not let Zhao hit 30k per plunge attack and instead do a jet combo with Xing Qiu and Xiang Ling and do 30k plus 30k per jet combo? So you'll take out 2 out of 10, 12 plunges, but you double the damage that you did. That would be my thinking, at least on a Zhao team, you know. And that's my thinking with Heizo. So I don't know why people want Heizo to hit hard. It's like the Ayato issue that me and Kinkle were talking about the other day, right? Where it's not that it's not that it's not that Ayato is doing all the damage. He does a lot of damage, but it's him plus the team that makes him valuable, right? And I feel like that can be argued with Heizo. By the way, I'm just missing an attack time piece. I don't have an attack time piece, but I got basically the whole set. I just need the attack. I'm gonna run him on Sack Sword, by the way. I'm gonna piss people off with my Heizo. Why you running that? Because I could punch twice. That's why. You run him double Animo with Kaz? Yeah, no, I'm gonna run mine on National. Heizo will be the main DPS. Yeah, I'm gonna be running mine on National because he gets his thing back by swirling elements. So if I'm swirling elements, every time I charge attack, I could charge attack 3 times and get his skill back and then punch. And then I do it again off cooldown and punch again. Like, I don't know what the problem is with that. I don't need him to hit a billion. I don't need him to hit 40k. I need him to hit 30k twice. Does that make sense? I don't need him to hit 50k. I need him to hit 30k twice. If he can hit 30k twice, I'll take that. I want to work on Kea, but I don't want to go through torture again. Yeah. I mean, it's just build who you want to build. The thing is, sometimes you got to go through the fire to build that character. You know what I mean? But build however you want to build the character. You know what I mean? If you want to build Kea, build them physical, build them cryo, build them, you know. I just don't understand. I understand why you weren't getting the drops because of the domain. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm on my second synapse, lost. But I'm not throwing it away this time. I'm just never going to use it. I built the synapse twice. I did a synapse. I built the synapse, put a ribbon on it, did a video on it, deleted it. And then I built it again because I'm like, there has to be something to it. And there's nothing to it. It's just not a great weapon. But I know if I delete it again, I'm going to make it again because I'm going to be like, I swear I'm missing something. And it's like, nope. The weapon is trash. It's a trash weapon, but people say it's good because headshots, and it's like, no, it's trash. Because you know what? I could take a Brahma, shoot with my eyes closed, and do the same damage that I did with that weapon. You know what I mean? I could just go, somewhere over there, and everything over there dies. Or I could take this weapon and one at a time. It's like, It's like playing Yoimiya versus Kazuha Bennett Venti. You could take Kazuha Bennett Venti Hu Tao, or you could play Yoimiya. That's the actual difference between a Brema and a Synapse. That's the realistic difference between that. If y'all want to, if for what me and Lost is talking about, that's the actual difference between a Brema and a Synapse. Nah, bro. Let me see. Something in that direction will die, or I can take time and effort and hit one at a time. I ain't nobody got time for that. Not in Warframe. There'd be like 30 enemies on the screen at a time. Ain't nobody got time to be one at a time in a single target. Yeah. I work on Kea because I want a cryo character I enjoy. Work on Kea. You know what I mean? But if you're doing wishes, like here's what I recommend though. Like start paying attention to the shop dates. Dope gave us a schedule, right? Kea is now. So I think it's like every 6 months the characters rotate. So I think it's Kea now, and then like 6 months from now it'll be Kea again, and then you know. So if you started doing it a long time ago, then you would probably have C6 Kea right now. You know what I mean? Because I got one more constellation for. I didn't start until a while ago, but I'm about to have C6 Lisa here in a minute. This is like the only character. When I first started, this is the only character I wanted C6, and I still want her C6. I'm going to have a C6 Lisa. This is the only reason I want to. I want C6 Lisa because I want the equivalent of a Shogun burst every single solitary time. Like every 16 seconds, I want to do a Shogun burst. That's why. 877%. Yes, I want to do that. AOE every 16 seconds. That's why. It's pretty, it's nice. It's I charge and I go high and I hit for Shogun burst numbers, and then okay, go away now. And I don't need a burst to do it. I want that. I only have 3 star glitters, so I mean, it's low key too late now. You know what I mean? You got 5 days, unless you're gonna like do some like whale things or something. I'm gonna pull. Unless you're gonna do like whale things or something, then I wouldn't worry about it too much. But just know that it does happen, like where he comes to the store. So I would just start planning your star glitter for when Kaya hits. I mean, that's what I did for Barbara. I did it for Barbara and Lisa, and then I'm going to be prepping for the next Lisa here in a couple months. You know what I mean? That would be my advice if you want to play Kaya, and you just want to. What? Why, Jack? I used to main K at a low AR. I think all of us did at one point. And then we got our first 5 star. I'm just checking the queue. Flute or the Red Kazuha Story Quest Sword? For who? For who? Because I'm about to stop the stream in a minute. I just want to make sure there ain't no questions or anything. I want to make sure you guys are good before I take off. For K, use a flute. You would use okay. I'll tell you a scenario where you would use that weapon. You would use this weapon if you're doing intentional melts with Kea. Meaning that you're doing like a Bennett Sucrose thing, and then you're walking in and you're hitting Kea's skill, and your skill is really strong, and you have a cryo goblet. Then I would run in and hit his skill, and because of the EM on the weapon, you should see a relatively big melt number. But only in that scenario, I would run that weapon because I think Kea is going to apply a little bit more cryo than pyro characters are going to apply pyro, unless you run like Xiangling or something. Oh, Kaza's story quest weapon? You talking about the Curse Blade? Oh, I would use. Personally, I wouldn't even use that one. I would use the Kakeuchi. If I was playing Kea, I would use this weapon. This is only on Kea because I don't care about these weapons right now because I'm not using Kea or Layla. But if I was using Kea, I would use a Kageuchi. I would either use a Kageuchi, a sax sword. I mean, I would use a flute, but I would only use a flute if I did not have this weapon. I would use this one because the burst up time. His burst would be active. I would run a cryo Ked though. Like what I'm doing on Ayaka, I would do this, but on Kea. Oh, you use it on the Iron Sting? Oh, okay. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know about this weapon though. I mean, I would run a flute. If you're main in Kea, I kind of low key would still run this weapon. I'd run a flute. What's going on, Romello? How you doing? Yeah, but I mean, cause what is that? Hold on. Crit rate of his normal and charge attacks. So it's just normal and charge attacks. So his skill and burst are still going to be low on crit rate. But it's up to you. But I would run a cryo Kea. This doesn't affect a cryo Kea. Where his skill and his burst are doing the damage, this doesn't affect that Kea. This is more like physical Kea. No, 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 no. I mean, like you're doing physical damage. This is for physical Kea. Unless you're running like Chong Yun or something. If you're running Chong Yun with him and it converts your normal, because this only affects his normal and charge attacks. 70 to 80? I don't know. Uh, Excuse me. Yeah, 70 to 80. I don't. Where's Ito? Yeah, I don't know. Probably like 200, something like that. Oh, 81? Oh, never mind. Can you check K then? I put him there. Let's see. So for Kea, oh, he's level 4. Oh, yeah, this is an alter count. Okay. So if you're running two piece, ooh, 62. Okay. That was the whole issue on the last one. Was you was having a really hard time getting crit rate. Oh, this is mega. Oh, okay, at least you got a goblet. This is mega copium. I don't know. Maybe you might have better luck, but there's only two pieces technically. Okay, let me stop lying. Yeah, you do. You still would have to re-roll the whole set. That would need crit rate, crit damage, crit rate, crit damage, crit rate, crit damage. You need a crit damage substat on that one. Outside of that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Any C1? Yeah, I don't know. Kea, those are Ganyu pieces. Yeah, Kea is a high investment character though. Like he takes a really high invest. Like Albedo is not as high as him. Yalan is nowhere near him. She's not as high. He's definitely not as high. But Kea is a high investment character. Like you're gonna be spending a lot of resin, as you know. You're gonna be spending a lot of resin to get him cracking. Yeah, if you want to play him, just be ready to spend a whole bunch of. You're gonna spend a lot of time in that domain. Just be ready. You know what I mean? The way I go about it, I play a mental game, right? I fool myself into getting things done. That's how I do myself, right? So when I'm farming for a character, for example, I give myself a time period. Okay, if this doesn't happen in this amount of time, then I'm gonna stop. And then I just tell myself that, right? And then I just don't think about it, right? And if I don't have it in a certain amount of time, then I just stop, right? But it just makes it a little bit more realistic for me. So if I'm farming for Ito, I give myself maybe a month of farming artifacts for Ito, right? So that's 4 weeks, right? So if I burn my resin for like 4 weeks, then it's like, okay, cool. If I don't have a set after 4 weeks, or till the next patch or something, if I don't have a set by the next patch, then I just don't have a set by the next patch. I need to move on to something else. I need to put it down and come to something else. You know what I'm saying? So I would do that with Kea, right? So just prioritize the things on your account. So like D-Luke, uh, Ganyu, just whoever you're working on, those are your priorities. But if you want to step away, give yourself a time that you have to come back to your normal, regularly scheduled program, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Earlier you did 26K without Beto's burst. That's not bad. That means you got a lot of attack. Either that or a lot of crit damage. I'm saving my fragiles for Altaheim, so I'll grind him when my daily resin is full. That way I can get Altaheim as high as possible when he comes out. Oh yeah, you about to mess with I'll hate them or Altaheim or whatever his name is. Yeah. Now I think about it. Yeah, I don't know if I would worry about KO right now because you're gonna have a split farm, and that means you're never gonna finish either one of them. Like neither one of those guys are ever gonna be finished. So I would chill on one and just focus. I focus on one. You know what I mean? Just focus on one character, right? If you don't play every day, then look at it this way. This is dead serious. So me, Burger, Scoop, Leon, like all of us, we play every day. We don't play every day all day, but we do play every day. We get in, we do our commissions. This for everybody in the chat. We get in, we do our commissions, we burn our resin, we get off. Right? If you do for now, for all of us, it's typically about a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, somewhere around there, to get an entire set done worth of artifacts, right? So 21 days is what you're looking at, like maximum. You typically, right? So it may not be 21 days straight for you, but it's still going to be 21 days. Does that make sense? It just might be spread out over a longer period because you're busy. You see what I'm saying? How to be like me? I don't know, start a business. Took you 4 days? Yeah, but you had like 21 days worth of resin. I'm joking. You had a bunch of resin though. Plus you had Burger on your side. Long story short, the point I'm getting at is it takes like an average person so many days worth of resin to get the artifacts needed to complete a character, is my point. Right? You don't have to get it all done the same day. Just know that it might take you that same amount of time. It just might be spread out over time. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you must have had some employee on your side then, Cheese. Then again, Cheese, I don't know if they know you're Chinese or what, but Genshin likes you. You, Glalie Burger, Genshin likes you. You guys. I know it ain't got nothing to do with y'all being Chinese or Asian or whatever, but Genshin be in love with y'all accounts. Y'all get artifacts that nobody should be even looking at. Just start throwing random pieces at them. You could do that too. I got rid of the two piece, and my ratio is 6605, 105. That's fine. Yeah, I could look at your yai before I take off. Because I'm finna go have me a cigarette real quick before I stop the stream anyway. But yeah. I know we gotta stop, but I'm just going over just a little bit. Because I'm supposed to stop the stream. Ooh, I was supposed to stop 24 minutes ago. Actually, Romello, you're in the Discord, right? I can look at it in the Discord, right? Because I don't want to keep people on stream like that. Because I know people got bed and work tomorrow and all that, and I don't want to be keeping people up like that. You're in the Discord? Okay, hit me in the Discord. Like DM me, and then I'll do it via DM. Because if we go in a public chat, everybody finna show up. Everybody finna let me know how their day went and all that, and I want to make sure I give you a, I'll give you one. You know what I'm talking about? Golden Sealy clean, that part. Yeah, cool. But everybody good? And then just tag me Romello or something. Tag me in the Discord or whatever, and then I'll look at your Yamiko, and then I'll let you. Yeah, I gotta make it kind of quick though, cause I got people who want to be hitting me up and whatnot. Nah, don't go into VC. I'm gonna hit you privately. If we go into VC, your question will probably never be answered. I'll answer 2 questions, and then it'll be 19 other questions. It's nobody's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's the way it works. It just works like that. It's nothing against anybody. It's just that's how it works. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, just at me, and then I'll yeah, we'll do it via DMs. Other than rerolls till Al Hatham comes out. Yeah, I mean, just start farming Al Hatham artifacts. Good night and smoke break. That part. Yeah. Matter of fact, let's just do Romello's now. Cause after this, I ain't gonna lie. I do got stuff I do got to get to. So yeah, what's your UID, Romello? I'll just do it now. If it's okay. If it's okay with you, I'll just do it now. It's fine. I could do it now. It wouldn't be any different. I'd be still doing what I'm doing now. It'd just be off stream. I just didn't want anybody feeling like they had to be here. But if you have to take off, you can feel free to take off. That is perfectly fine. There's no handcuffs. Y'all know how it is in DWP. Ain't no handcuffs. Ain't no, oh, you didn't stay. I don't do that. Y'all know how I get out. If you gotta go, you gotta go. You know what I mean? But yeah, shoot. Yeah, drop your UID. And I got your message, person. Yeah, I got your message. We'll catch up. You want to get them leveled first? I mean, you're gonna need artifacts on them anyway if you're pre-farming. But I feel you. Make sure you're doing the whatchamacallit. Make sure you're doing the Shogun, the Shogun. Make sure you're doing Scaramouche, the weekly boss. Where's Romello at? Romello, you here? Yeah, they still here, right? I just don't want to mess around, leave the stream, and then get pulled in a bunch of. I don't want to not do it, especially while we're still here. Yeah, take it easy, Miko. You have a good night. Yeah, they haven't even added me in Discord yet. Like the little at sign, they didn't add me, so I don't know what's going on. I do not know what is going on. What is going on? Hey, we got a Yomi in here. Nice. Welcome to the Discord, cuz. I think we're good to go because I don't see Romello in here. Yeah, so, okay. So I guess we'll go on ahead and just call it then. All right, so I'll just wait for them to at me, I guess. All right, well, without further ado, this is CS from DWP. If you guys enjoyed yourself during this stream, wow, it was an adventure today, if I must say so myself. Holy, but we made it through. Jesus Christ. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. If you had a great time here, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. And as always, remember, keep your wig screwed on tight. If you're new here, that means keep your head up, stay sharp. Know what I mean? And I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. All right. Love you guys. See you then. If you need anything, at me, at anybody in the Discord. We'll make sure you guys get taken care of. I will see you guys then. Love you guys. Peace. Woo!